Now, from WGAL Studio A, welcome to the 15th Anniversary Championship match of Westfield Insurance Brainbusters. After months of intense competition, it comes down to these two teams, Spring Grove and Cedar Crest. And within the next hour, the champion will be crowned. And now, the man with all the questions and the answers, your host, Rich Rosen.
I'm Rich Rosen, and it is a great pleasure to welcome you to an important night here at WGAL. It's an important night because it is the championship round of Westfield Insurance Brainbusters. It's an important night because it is the championship finale of our 15th season and 600th show on WGAL. Wow. It's an important night because we have $20,000 in grant money from Westfield Insurance to give away. And on a personal note, it's an important night because it gives me an opportunity to share with you how I, along with 2,500 plus students who have competed here at Studio A over the past 15 years, are extremely grateful for the continued commitment to Brainbusters of Westfield Insurance and WGAL. And now, for the past several months, 38 teams of high school students have competed here at Studio A, and tonight, we meet our final two teams still standing, Spring Grove and Cedar Crest. Both of these two very accomplished teams are poised and ready for our annual mashup of minds. Now, there's a lot at stake. $20,000 in grant money from Westfield Insurance, $5,000 to the winning team, $4,000 to the runner-up, plus some other additional prizes. And later on in our show, we will reveal our third, fourth, fifth, and sixth place teams. So tonight, everyone's a winner. Now, I hope you are as excited as I am about this championship showdown. We have a big hour ahead of us. So thankfully, News 8's Mike Straub returns to our spectacular finale. Mike, welcome back to Brainbusters.
Rich, thank you so much. I'm always honored and happy to be here. This is one of the most special nights of the year here at WGAL. These guys have worked so hard for this chance, a chance to win a championship they'll remember for the rest of their lives. It feels a little nervous in here right now. Everybody's a little bit tense as we get going. I think we should make a little bit of noise in here. You make a round of applause. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Everybody's excited. We've got some surprises, Rich, so let's get on with the game. Back to you.
Thanks, Mike, for being here. Don't go away because we'll be coming back to you shortly. Okay, get ready to match your brain power with our brilliant student competitors. Who will be the 2016 Brainbusters champions? Will it be Spring Grove or Cedar Crest? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let this brain bout begin. Here comes tonight's opening round. 10-point questions, one big brain buster thanks to our friends at Turkey Hill. Welcome back. It's great to see familiar faces. And here's our first 10-point question in tonight's championship round. It's a Swahili phrase that means no worries or no problem. Adam.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata was the phrase that was popularized by its use in The Lion King. The U.S. Civil War began on July 21st, 1861 at the Battle of First Manassas. By what other name is that battle known, Jared?
Bull Run.
Bull Run is correct for 10 points for Cedar Crest. Her 1813 novel begins, "It is a truth universally," Adam.
Jane Austen.
Jane Austen, "It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a fortune must be in want of a wife." Of course, that's in Pride and Prejudice. Good anticipation, Adam. In 1657, Christian Huygens calculated its period of motion and used it to regulate the speed of clocks. What is this mechanical device? Adam again.
Chronometer.
No, sorry, that's incorrect. Cedar Crest. Alex.
The pendulum.
The pendulum is correct for 10 points. It has the highest atomic number and highest atomic mass of all known elements. For the time being, Adam.
Ununoctium.
No, I'm sorry, I'm going to complete the question for Cedar Crest. For the time being, they're calling it unoctium. What number is it? Nick?
129.
No, sorry, it's 118. In his 1921 book, Psychodiagnostics, he created a psychological test. Nick?
Freud.
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to complete the question for Spring Grove involving a series of ink blocks. Who was this? Adam.
Rorschach.
Rorschach was this Swiss psychiatrist. You are correct. He set the record more than 30 years ago in 1984 while playing for the Los Angeles Rams. Who still holds the NFL record, Jared?
Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson holds the NFL record of 2,105 yards rushing in a single season. Abel Mackwich is the escaped convict and unsuspected benefactor. Alex?
Great Expectations.
In Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. You are correct. George Washington is called the father of his country. What military and political leader has been called the George Washington of South America? Alex again.
Simón Bolívar.
Simón Bolívar is absolutely correct. And now it's time for the Big Brain Buster, brought to you by Turkey Hill. For 10 points and a gift certificate for Turkey Hill ice cream for everyone on the team. The national anthem of the United States is the Star-Spangled Banner. The national bird is the bald eagle. What is the national mammal? Adam. I'm sorry, I think that is incorrect. Cedar Crest. Jared.
Bison.
The bison. As of May 9th, 2016, President Obama signed into law the National Bison Legacy Act. Congratulations, Cedar Crest. Carefully combine equal molar amounts of caustic sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. What two essential biochemical products? Adam.
Salt.
Sorry, that's not enough. That's not correct. What two essential biochemical products will you produce, Cedar Crest? Nick.
Salt and water.
Salt and water is correct, yes. During England's War of the Roses, the House of York was the White Rose. What house was represented by Adam?
Lancaster.
Lancaster was represented by the Red Rose. Two numbers have a product of 75, a quotient of 3, a difference of 10, and Adam. Oh, I'm sorry. And a sum of 20. Alex?
15 and 5.
15 and 5 are the two numbers, yes. In golf, an eagle is 2 under par. What is a score of 2 strokes over par? Adam?
Double bogey.
A double bogey is correct. In Homer's Iliad, he is the noble prince of Troy. And of course we were going for Hector. Now that sound takes us to the end of the round. What a huge opening round, and we've only just started. Well, we have a lot more coming up, so we're gonna take a deep breath, and that's a good thing because we have some more cerebral combat coming up after this short break. And hello, everyone. This is the 2016 Westfield Insurance Brainbusters Championship round with Spring Grove and Cedar Crest. I'm here with my co-host, Mike Straub. Mike, what an electrifying opening round. These players know how to play, and they know how to win.
It never ceases to amaze me. Even every match all season long when you watch Brainbusters, just how impressive these teams are week in, week out. And here we are at the championship finale in that opening round. We saw them flex their muscles, but this doesn't happen by accident. These guys put in the work all year long, like any top athlete on their game. And News 8 had a chance to visit into their training grounds and see how they get ready for the big championship match. Let's take a visit now out to Spring Grove.
Scandinavian immigrant.
It's the first time the Spring Grove Rockets have made it to the finals.
I think we're going to be able to pull it off just from viewing the other competition.
A team made up entirely of juniors and history buffs.
I'm more of a military history guy, I think.
History, geography, basically anything.
I just find it interesting to know what happened in our past so we can better prepare for the future.
News 8 caught up with the team at one of their final practices together.
I guess it all comes down to chance. The right questions are asked and we know the answers, I guess. I don't know.
But they have a secret weapon.
Yes.
We just let Adam go.
Adam skipped 2 grades.
So it was Hubble is correct.
Says he's been a fan of trivia since kindergarten. Read 90 books this year and can't pick a favorite.
When you read that many, you kind of forget some.
But hopefully in the finals, he can remember the trivia the team's been practicing all year.
I think we got it in the bag.
A confident group. Give it up for them. They made it all the way to the final. But as it stands right now, it's early in the game, but it's these guys, Cedar Crest in front as it stands right now. They've got 80. Let's take a trip now up to Lebanon County and see how these guys got ready for the championship.
And the final toss-up of this round.
What is the measure of the inscribed angle?
A time to test their knowledge against their teachers. The Cedar Crest Falcons are preparing for the finals. It's the first time the team has made it. Their strategy? Rely on each other.
I'm like our team's literature guy.
I like European history especially French history before the French Revolution.
I'm planning to major in mathematics.
I do watch ESPN, NHL Network, NFL Network, all the other sports channels.
Plus, they have an expert to look up to.
The 5 postulates.
Shane Thomas has been coaching the Quiz Bowl team for 16 years and even competed for Cedar Crest back in the 80s. They're getting used to the limelight.
You know, it was okay. It was a little hot up there.
The Quiz Bowl team has become more famous in school. The school newspaper tends to cover us a bit.
For the big game, they're working on their speed.
To be more aggressive than I usually am.
And to handle those nerves.
Do some breathing exercises, I guess.
Thanks, Mike. That was awesome. It's always enlightening to see what these players are like in their offstage lives. Now, we're going to return to the big stage here at WGAL Studio A in a short moment. But to reach this point in our tournament, to be on our Brainbusters Championship stage, these players had to play against some impressive schools. Let's take a moment to salute the 36 other teams that competed at Studio A at WGAL this season.
Westfield Insurance and WGAL 8 salute all of the high school teams who took part in this season's Westfield Insurance Brainbusters Tournament. Gettysburg, York Suburban, Kennardale, Ephrata, Dallastown, Hershey, Bishop McDevitt, Bermudian Springs, Lancaster Mennonite, Donegal, Middletown, Mechanicsburg, Hanover, Delone Catholic, Susquehanna, Northeastern, Penn Manor, Northern, Redland, Cedar Cliff, Boiling Springs, Red Lion, Lampeter Strasburg, Harrisburg Academy, Palmyra, Milton Hershey, Warwick, Cumberland Valley, Lancaster Country Day, Hempfield, Cy Tech, Lancaster Catholic, Carlisle, Lower Dauphin, Elizabethtown, and Elko. The championship final of Westfield Insurance Brainbusters on WGAL 8 returns after these messages.
Hello, I'm Dr. Rosemary Cuglieri, and I'm the principal of Spring Grove Area High School. We are so excited about our students being on Brainbuster tonight. It is the first time the team has reached this level of finals, so good luck to our Spring Grove team.
Hi, I'm Phil Domensic, Superintendent of the Cornwall Lebanon School District.
And I'm Nicole Malineski, Principal at Cedar Crest High School.
It's a privilege to be here to congratulate our students on their successes this far, and we wish them the best of success in this competition.
Best of luck, Falcons. We know you'll do us proud.
Go Falcons.
Okay, welcome back. Now get ready to match your mental shrewdness once again with our talented teams, because these players know how to play and they know how to win. As you can see, we played our opening round, 50 for Spring Grove to 80 for Cedar Crest, but it's very early yet. Now, let's pit our individual players against each other, because here comes tonight's one-on-one rapid fire. This gives us a chance to talk to our players and learn what's going on in their lives. Now, we have met them now 6 times. This is our 6th appearance on our show, so we know a lot about Wyatt Wyville. So why don't you sum up? Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a junior at Spring Grove Area High School. I've partaken in the mock trial competition every year that I have attended. I'm also involved in the history club, participating in their many different trips that they take throughout the year. I'd like to go on to some form of post-secondary education, likely going to somewhere in the area, studying possibly electrical engineering. And I'm a fan of heavy metal music.
And you're a fan of Brainbusters, I know, because we've really enjoyed having you here. And now let's meet Nicholas Chevalier. He's a senior from Cedar Crest.
Yes, hello. I'm a senior from Cedar Crest, of course, and I will be attending Lycoming College. I'm currently undecided between 2 different tracks, psychology included. And, well, of course, you guys know a lot about me. I wouldn't be here without the support of my family, my parents, and my sister. And so this is my shout out to them.
Well, we're happy to have you here tonight, no question about it. Nicholas and Wyatt, let's put you two one-on-one. They were the most popular automobiles of the 60s and 70s. They were the most popular musical group. Wyatt?
Muscle?
No, sorry, I'm going to complete the question for Nicholas. They were the most popular musical group of the 60s and 70s. What name did they share? Nick?
The Beatles.
The Beatles is correct for 10 points. It's the only country in which Catalan is the only national and official language. What tiny country is wedged, Nicholas?
Andorra.
Andorra is wedged between France and Spain. Good for you, you are correct. And finally, it's a 13-letter word. It's a line that forms two 90-degree angles with a horizontal line. What word describes it? Wyatt?
Acute angle?
No, sorry. Nicholas?
Perpendicular.
Perpendicular is the 13-letter word. Good for you. You dominated all three of those questions, 50 to 110. Let's now meet our two captains. First, we'll head out to Spring Grove and say hello once again to Adam Prusakovsky. You did very well in that first round of play. You're a very strong player, and it's nice to welcome you back here. Now, you are a junior, is that correct?
Correct.
So tell us about yourself, Adam.
Well, I'm also a junior at Spring Grove Area High School. I happen to be a triple citizen of the United States, Poland, and the Netherlands. And I have been to both of those countries. After high school, I plan on going to, well, I'm planning on going to college, not entirely sure where yet, for computer science.
And now that this year's ending, you have to start thinking about what school you're going to be interested in being matriculated at. That's coming up for you. And now let's meet the captain from Cedar Crest, Alex Ellis, a senior also.
Yeah, as far as I can remember, I've always loved math, but through Quiz Bowl and AP courses, I've taken an interest in a lot of different subjects as well, like European history, art history, and literature. I also like sports. I played varsity tennis this year, and I hope to play that in college at some level. I'll be going to the Schreier Honors College at Penn State and majoring in mathematics.
Good for you. Congratulations. And congratulations, both of you, to making it to this point. Our two captains, Adam and Alex, let's put you two one-on-one. He died January 29th, 1820, after almost 60 years on the throne. Who was King of England, Adam?
George III.
King George III was King of England during the American Revolution. It is the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust, Adam.
Aluminum.
Aluminum. It's found combined in more than 270 different minerals. Good for you. Good anticipation. And finally, it's the only children's book by Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond. It became a 1968 musical movie, Adam. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't accept that. It became, Alex, a 1968 musical movie. Who is our fine four-fendered friend? Oh, I'm sure you might have seen the movie with Dick Van Dyke, Chitty, Chitty, Bang, Bang. 70 to 110. Let's now meet our third players in today's competition. First, we'll head out to Spring Grove, and we're going to welcome back Thompson Dasher. Welcome to the championship round. So tell us about yourself, Mr. Dasher.
Well, I really don't have any idea where I'm going to college, but in my spare time, I like to fly fish. I've visited numerous places throughout the country to do a lot of fly fishing. I really enjoy history. About every other weekend, I put on silly clothes and go do reenactment. And I also enjoy running. I'm in varsity track and cross country, so.
And you're a great Quiz Bowl player, too, on top of it. Liam Neiman is a senior and a player from the Cedar Crest team. Tell us about yourself, Liam.
So in high school, I've participated in, I've been on the lacrosse team, and I've been an editor for my school's newspaper, and I've obviously played Quiz Bowl. In my free time, I like to read books, I like to eat barbecue, and I like to listen to country and blues music. And next year, I hope to study all three of those things at the University of Mississippi.
Good for you.
So that's where I'll be attending in the fall.
All right, excellent. Well, we're going to miss you next year. Thompson and Liam, let's put you two one-on-one. It had a brilliant gold and red feathers, lived for 500 years, and then burned itself on a funeral pyre from which it rose again. What bird, Liam?
A phoenix.
The phoenix is the bird from Greek mythology and the symbol of Atlanta. Only two signers of the Constitution became U.S. president. Washington was one. Who was the other? Thompson.
Madison.
James Madison, you are correct. And finally, it was the year the first Susan B. Anthony dollars were minted, the year 90 people were taken hostage at the American embassy in Tehran, and Liam?
79.
1979, and of course the year an alarm went off at 3 Mile Island Reactor, and you got it before that. Good for you. 80 to 130, a strong lead right now for Cedar Crest, but everything can change as we now meet our fourth players. First, let's head out to Spring Grove, and we're going to say hello to Caleb Edwards. You are a junior from Spring Grove. Tell us about yourself, Caleb.
Well, I mean, through school, I've been involved in mock trial my entire high school career. I've been involved in history club. History is always something I've really enjoyed. And not sure where I'm going to go to college, but at some point in my life, I'd like to travel the world and see everything that's on my list of things I want to see all over the world.
It's great to have a bucket list. Jared Bybee, Cedar Crest, senior.
Yeah. So I really love history too. I will be going to Slippery Rock University in the fall. I will be studying secondary education in social studies to be a history teacher. I also do reenactments too, but I do French and Indian War. And at school, I do track and field and do quiz bowl as well.
Well, there's no doubt that history has helped everybody here during the Brainbusters tournament. Caleb and Jared, let's put you two one-on-one. Its state motto is live free or die. Its nickname is the Granite State. Its capital is Concord. Which state is it? Caleb.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire is correct. The word is German for double goer. To see one is said to be a bad omen. What is this word coined by Jean-Paul Sartre in 1942 to describe someone who looks exactly like you? Jared.
Doppelganger.
You are correct for 10 points. And finally, in 2014, the Royal and Ancient Golf Club voted overwhelmingly to start admitting women after 350 years. In what country was golf as we know it today invented? Jared again.
Scotland.
Scotland, and you are correct again. Good for you, giving your team a very strong lead, 90 to 160. Well, we've had a great time, and I hope you don't go wandering off because we are just at the halfway point in our quest for the 2016 Brainbusters Championship. Now, there's a lot at stake. We have $20,000 in grant money from Westfield Insurance. $5,000 in grant money goes to the winning team. $4,000 to the runner-up. Plus, for both of these teams, we have generous gift certificates to Rockvale Outlets and the Olive Garden. Now, it gives me great pleasure to reveal the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth place teams in our tournament this season.
Here they are, the teams that almost made it to the final round. Coming in third, Redland, receiving $3,500 in grant money from Westfield Insurance. In fourth place, Hempfield, also receiving $3,500 in grant money. In fifth place, Carlisle, receiving $2,000 in Westfield Insurance grant money. And in sixth place, Bermudian Springs, also receiving $2,000 in grant money. Congratulations to all of you for a job well done.
Thanks. Those are four great teams who know how tough the competition is. And the generosity of Westfield Insurance and their commitment to academic excellence is very, very cool. All right, coming up, the 60-second team lightning round. Now, this is really always a nail-biter because the scores can change quite rapidly. So while we rest our brains, we will come back after this break.
Welcome back to Brainbusters right here in Studio A. Now, these teams can't do it all by themselves. It takes a lot of support from their families and their coaches and their teammates. We're here with the coaches and the alternates for these championship teams tonight. We'll start with the group from Cedar Crest. Mr. Thomas is the coach, and the alternate is Tatiana. How do you guys think they're doing tonight?
So far, so good.
Yeah, no complaints so far. Tatiana, any advice for your team over there?
I would tell Alex to stop being a deer in the headlights.
Oh, okay. That'll help him relax. Nothing like that. Yeah, and over here from Spring Grove, coaches Benet and Natalie and Mark. How do you guys think your team is doing there? Mark, your brother's out there.
Yep, he is.
He's doing a nice job.
I think he is too, yeah.
Any advice?
Don't let the nerves get to you.
There you go. Just relax. And coaches, what can you say about this bunch?
They're a great bunch. We're very, very proud of them.
Yep, and they will persevere.
There we go. It's a long way to go. We got a great game on our hands, Rich. We can't wait to see how it gets going. We don't want to slow it up anymore. Let's get back to the game, Rich.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, we are witnessing an outstanding scholastic squabble between Spring Grove and Cedar Crest. As you can see that Cedar Crest has a lead of 150, but everything can change as we pick up the pace and play tonight's 60-second team lightning round. Okay, so Adam, your team is behind at this point, but only by 60 points. So you will select first among these three quizzes: brothers and sisters, a couple of couples, preposition, preposition.
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters. It's good to know who your brothers and sisters are. For 10 points each, let's see if you're familiar with these real and fictional families that include some famous brothers and sisters. Adam, I take your answer as the team's answer. Wyatt, Thompson, and Caleb are ready to help you along. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. So good luck to all four of you, and here we go. Maggie and Lisa are Bart's sisters.
Simpsons.
Simpsons is correct. Last name of Jem and Scout in the To Kill a Mockingbird.
What? Finch.
Finch is correct. In the Old Testament, he's Miriam and Aaron's most famous brother.
Moses.
Moses, yes. Janet and Michael were the most famous members of this musical family.
Jackson.
Jacksons, yes. In the Harry Potter books, they include Fred and George, Ron and Ginny.
Weasley.
Weasleys. Sorry, that's incorrect. The last name of Charlotte and George, Britain's royal children.
Windsor.
Windsor is correct. Tom, Noah, Ruthie, Winfield, and Rose of Sharon in the Grapes of Wrath.
Pass.
Jode. They were twins, the Greek goddess of the moon and the goddess of the sun.
Apollo and Artemis.
That is correct. Mary and Martha's brother. Jesus raised him from the dead.
Lazarus.
Lazarus is correct. Last name of Phoebe and Holden in The Catcher in the Rye.
Caulfield.
Caulfield is correct. In Hamlet, they're the daughter and son of Polonius.
Pass.
Ophelia and Laertes. Cesare and Lucrezia in the 16th century.
Pass.
Borgia. Maggie starred in The Dark Knight and Crazy Heart. Jake starred in Brokeback Mountain.
Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal is absolutely correct. Right on the buzzer. Good for you. We had 9 correct, so 90 points came your way. Cedar Crest could be a break for you, 180 to 150. We have 2 quizzes left for you. We have a couple of couples and preposition, preposition.
A couple of couples.
A couple of couples. History is full of famous couples like Caesar and Cleopatra to Bill and Hillary. For 10 points each, we'd like you to provide the first names of these famous couples in fact or fiction. Alex, I take your answer as the team's answer. Nick, Liam, and Jared are going to help you along. We're putting 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. So good luck to all 4 of you, and here we go. The first president and the first lady.
George and Martha.
Correct. The current president and his first lady.
Barack and Michelle.
Correct. The first man and his first lady, according to the book of Genesis.
Adam and Eve.
Correct. He was a Montague, she was a Capulet. The rest is tragedy.
Romeo and Juliet.
Correct. He was a Nazarite, she was a woman of the Philistines.
Pass.
Samson and Delilah. Together they're known as Brangelina.
Brad and Angelina.
Correct. In 1492, he was the 5th of Castile and Leon. She was the 1st of Aragon.
Ferdinand and Isabella.
Correct. The first husband and wife team to win a Nobel Prize, the Curies.
Mary and Pierre.
Marie and Pierre. Sorry. Flintstones meet the Flintstones. They're the modern Stone Age family.
Fred and Wilma.
Fred and Wilma.
Correct. He fell down and broke his crown, and she came tumbling after.
Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill.
Correct. The Hills on the cartoon series King of the Hill.
Peggy and Hank.
Peggy and Hank.
Correct. The Shelleys. He wrote poetry. She wrote Frankenstein.
Mary and Percy.
Correct. Gershwin works set on Catfish Row in Charleston, South Carolina.
Porgy and Bess.
Porgy and Bess.
Correct. Emperor and Empress of France from 1804 to 1809.
Pass.
Napoleon and Josephine. We have 11 correct, so 110 points came your way. Okay, did I tell you that was going to be a nail-biter? That was really exciting. We have a great game going, 180 to 160. But right now, let's turn our attention to Mike Straub with some very special guests.
Oh, yeah, we got really special guests over here, Rich. You think those guys on the big stage are tough? You think these guys just look cute? No, no, no. These are the future Brainbusters. They're here to make some noise. Let's hear it, guys. You guys nervous or anything? Anything to worry about?
No.
Ah, here we go. Let's hear it for them. The future Brainbusters are taking the big stage. When we come back, 5th graders are going to show you what they're made of when Brainbusters continues.
This is the 2016 Westfield Insurance Brainbusters Championship round, and we are rapidly approaching the final suspense-filled moments of this electrifying contest. Now, people often ask me, what makes a good Brainbusters player? Well, a good education, of course, being a good reader, interest in current events, but you also need keen listening skills and quick recall. And as my old piano teacher taught me, nothing substitutes for practice. Before we get back into our game, let's meet our future Brainbusters, 8 fifth graders representing Spring Grove and Cedar Crest, ready to play our game. Welcome to all 8 of you. Pick up your signaling buttons and let's see what happens as we play with you. Where in the United States can you visit Lincoln Center, Carnegie Hall, and Times Square? Mia.
New York City.
Correct for 10 points. Who wrote the plays Much Ado About Nothing and Hamlet? Nick.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare did, yes. A U.S. congressman is in office for 2 years. What is the term of a U.S. senator? Mia.
4 years?
No, sorry, that's incorrect. Spring Grove, do you have any idea? Well, the correct answer is 6 years. In an alphabetical listing of states, what is the last one? Daniel.
Wyoming.
Wyoming is indeed for 10 points. What story by E.B. White is about a kind spider that saves a piglet's life? Mia.
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web, you are correct. Who is the author of the Declaration of Independence? Campbell.
Thomas Jefferson.
You are correct, and that gets Spring Grove on the board. There's no place like home, and you promised to give me brains. Both came from the same movie. What is the title of the movie? Daniel.
The Wizard of Oz.
You are correct, sir. What mountain is the highest in the world?
Mount
Nick.
Everest.
No, that was Nick.
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest is correct. Well, Mia gave the answer too. In what state will you find Diamond Head, the USS Arizona Memorial, and Pearl Harbor? Daniel.
Hawaii.
Hawaii, indeed. 10 yards is equal to how many inches? Nick. Ooh, sorry, we're going to give a chance now to Spring Grove. Alex.
30.
No, sorry, it's 360, 36 times 10. Who is our current vice president? Mia. Ooh, sorry. Spring Grove, do you have any idea? Oh, I know you've heard of the name Joe Biden. If you receive 45 out of 50 on a history test, what percent is that?
90%.
Mia? How much?
90%.
It is 90%. What Broadway musical and movie takes place in Vienna, Austria, and tells the story of the Von Trapp family? Daniel.
The Phantom of the Opera?
Not the Phantom of the Opera, no. The Von Trapp family, Spring Grove. You've heard of The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music. What is the name of the U.S. president's airplane? Nick.
Air Force One.
You are correct. In what century was the Vietnam War fought? Daniel.
1950s?
No, that's incorrect. Sorry, Campbell.
20th century.
The 20th century is correct. Who is the current governor of Pennsylvania? Alex.
Seth Grove.
No, sorry, that's incorrect. Nick.
Tom Wolfe.
Tom Wolfe is. In what city will you find the Eiffel Tower? Nick again.
Paris.
Paris, you're correct again. There are 3 branches of government in the United States. What branch of government is the president? Alex. Ooh, sorry, I'm going to take that as incorrect. Nick.
Legislature.
No, sorry, it's the executive branch. Which medal is awarded to the first place finisher? Nick.
Gold.
The gold. Good anticipation in the modern Olympic Games. Yes. How many seconds in 3 minutes? Campbell.
180.
180, 60 times 3. Good mental math. Who was the first man on the moon? Daniel.
Neil Armstrong.
He's the one. On what famous street is the New York Stock Exchange located? Daniel again.
Wall Street.
You are correct again. Which war was fought in the United States from 1861 to 1865? Campbell.
Civil War. Civil War.
Civil War is correct. Established in 1945, they worked together for world peace and international cooperation. What is the name of this international body? Oh, it's called the United Nations. Who painted the Mona Lisa? Nick.
Da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci did. What is the chemical symbol for water? Daniel.
H2O.
H2O is correct. What is the official language of Brazil? Campbell. It's okay. It's okay, you can tell me.
Spanish.
No, sorry, it's Portuguese is the correct answer. Well, that took us to the end of the round. What a fantastic performance. Great job to all of our future Brainbusters. I think they did so well. We have a gift for each of them. What do we have for them?
For being with us today, our future Brainbusters received tickets to the Lancaster Science Factory, making science fun, and a prize swag bag from WGAL 8.
Well, congratulations to all 8 of you. You know, several future Brainbusters have indeed become contestants. Now, all 8 of these players will be officially qualified in just 4 short years. So we're going to return to our game in just a moment. But right now, let's turn our attention to Mike Straub once again, because he is with 2 of Brainbusters' most important people.
Thank you, Rich. Yes, this is really the most important job here tonight, maybe besides the contestants. This is the scorekeepers, Dr. Peggy Jennings and David Calhoun, who we're happy to welcome back to Brainbusters. Dr. Peggy was the coach of Carlisle and brought a team all the way to the championship on this very stage, and now you're back here in the scorekeeper's role. So how are things going over on this side of the table?
It's exciting. It's hard to keep up. They're so fast and they're so good.
Now, Peggy works now as a certified college consultant or education consultant, and so that you're helping college juniors, seniors, or all high school students, prepare for higher education. What is one piece of advice that parents and students should have going forward?
I think it's important to find a college that fits the student. It can be a lot of pressure to pick particular colleges that may be very famous or have big names, but they might not be the right fit for the student. Look for the right fit.
And it happens so fast. I've got a 5-year-old. It's going to be here before I know it.
I'm
I know it,
ready
right?
to help you.
And David, what can you say about these teams tonight?
I think they're really terrific. It's so exciting to be with them. I'm working mainly because I had a great education. The Jesuits taught me well, and it's my chance to give back, and it's really been a pleasure to work with them.
Fantastic. We appreciate you guys so much what you do for Brainbusters. We're so happy to have you back, and good luck, because it's about to get extra fast. You know how it's exciting it's going to get.
Going to get crazy.
Here we go, Rich. Back to you.
Thanks to both of you to not only your dedication to the show, but also to the dedication that you provide to high school students and parents across the area. Okay, as we hurtle down to the finishing line of our 2016 Brainbusters Championship round, it's time now to reveal the much anticipated and always crucial bonus Brainbuster category. Our teams will wager from 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of the Olympics. Well, that's certainly topical. Now, as our players lock in their wagers, we'll be back with the bonus Brainbuster question and the world-famous Final Frenzy. So please, stay where you are.
If your school would like to be part of the challenge that is Brainbusters for next year, send an email requesting more information to brainbusters@richrosen.com.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Studio A, where everything is at a fever's pitch, and we are in the final moments of our 2016 Westfield Insurance Brainbusters Championship. Now, during our break, our teams wagered from 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of the Olympics. It's time now for tonight's bonus Brainbuster. May we have the bonus Brainbuster question, please? Ladies and gentlemen, here's our very own hometown Olympic athlete.
I'm Katie Bam of the U.S. Olympic Field Hockey Team, stationed right here in Lancaster County. I'm excited to be chasing the dream, heading to the 2016 Olympics in Rio. Here's your bonus Brainbuster question. At the opening ceremonies in Rio for the 2016 Games, Brazil will enter last. Which country is always the first nation to enter in the Parade of Nations? Again, at the opening ceremonies for Rio in the 2016 Olympic Games, Brazil will enter last. Which country is always the first nation to enter in the Parade of Nations? Good luck with your answer. Now let's send it back to Studio A. Rich, back to you.
Thanks, Katie. Good luck, teams. We'll give you about 5 seconds. Okay. I think both teams were eager to write their answer down. We always start with this side, Spring Grove. Greece is absolutely correct. 10 points added to your score, taking you to 190. You said Greece as well. 20-point wager, taking you to 280. 190 to 280. Well, after an extraordinary tournament over the past several months, it all comes down to these 2 remarkable teams. So for all the marbles and the coveted 2016 Brainbusters champions, teams, we are now face to face, is everybody ready, with the world famous Final Frenzy. 20-point questions. pick up those signaling buttons. It really is still anybody's game. And here's your first 20-point question. It's an amendment to the Constitution that talks of due process and equal protection under the law. Caleb?
The Fifth Amendment.
No, sorry. Which amendment isn't, Cedar Crest? Oh, we stumped you on the 14th. More than 50 times larger than the Earth and 15 times more massive, this planet was discovered in 1781 by Sir William Herschel. Adam?
Uranus.
Uranus is the planet, yes. In 2012, Pakistani authorities demolished the 3-story house he had lived in from 2005. Nick?
Osama bin Laden.
Osama bin Laden, until his death at the hands of U.S. forces in 2011. In Greek myth, he was punished by eternally rolling an immense rock. Adam?
Sisyphus.
Sisyphus is correct. It can precede both crane and cough. What is this, Adam?
Whooping.
Whooping is this unusual adjective, yes. It was launched as Operation Enduring Freedom. What country did the United States invade? Caleb?
Iraq.
No, sorry. Cedar Crest, what country did the United States invade October 7th, 2001? Alex?
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan is correct for 20 points. In 1876, he published a classification and subject index for cataloging and arranging the books and pamphlets of a library. Who was? Liam?
Dewey.
Dewey was, yes. It's the region of the retina where the optic nerve and blood vessels pass through to the back of the eye. Adam?
Blind spot.
The blind spot or optic disc is correct. If we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear. Nick?
Midsummer Night's Dream.
It is in the ending with these appropriate lines, in a midsummer night's dream. The trees on it are mostly pine and give off a form of natural pollution that gives the haze its distinctive color. What, Adam?
Great Smoky Mountains.
No, sorry. What is this mountain range in the southeastern United States, Cedar Crest? Liam?
The Blue Ridge Mountains.
The Blue Ridge Mountains is correct. After conquering the Inca in 1533, he was assassinated in Adam?
Pizarro.
Pizarro is buried in Lima Cathedral. On January 6, 2015, the new Congress convened in Washington, D.C. What is the number of the current Congress? Adam again.
114th.
114th Congress is correct. The planet Saturn has its famous rings divided by bands of space. What are these divisions in the rings called? Adam again.
Gaps.
No, sorry. Cedar Crest. Back to astronomy class, and you'll learn about the Cassini divisions. Disillusioned by World War I, this group of writers included, Liam?
The Lost Generation.
The Lost Generation included Ernest Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald, John Dos Passos, and Gertrude Stein. Leonardo's Last Supper was painted on the wall of a dining room. What painting by Rembrandt? Adam?
Night Watch.
No, sorry. What painting by Rembrandt was done for a dissecting room? Liam?
The Anatomy Lesson of
You
Dr.
are
Nicholas
correct for
Paul.
20 points. In 1971, after a war between India and Pakistan, East Pakistan became independent. Nick?
Bangladesh.
And it became known as Bangladesh. The stadium used by baseball's New York Giants from 1883 to 1957 was originally built, Jared?
AT&T Park.
No, sorry. To complete the question for Spring Grove, it was originally built to host another sport. And the sport was polo. Well, that sound takes us to the end of the round and to the end of the game. What a distinguishing display of brain power. Now we put another magnificent finale into the rich pantheon of Westfield Insurance Brainbusters. We wish a congratulations to Cedar Crest with a score of 440. They are the 2016 Brainbusters champions. We'll be back in just a short moment to present the check, so please don't go away. Wow, I don't know about you, but I'm worn out. Congratulations, Cedar Crest. But right now, here's Mike Straub to present the big checks.
Oh, Rich, what a moment here with our championship-winning teams, first and second place. And from Westfield Insurance, the guys who make it all possible, Mr. Scott Sprague. Scott?
It's a pleasure to be here. I'd like to congratulate everyone, and on behalf of Westfield Insurance and our independent agents, I'd just like to congratulate all of our winning teams on an outstanding season and winning performances. So thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you, Scott. Thanks to Westfield Insurance. Congratulations to these guys from Cedar Crest. All right, guys, how's it feel to be the champs?
Wonderful.
Amazing.
After all that, they're speechless. Guys?
Great.
Superb.
There it is, an absolute. And to you guys, thanks so much for being here. Rich, what a season it's been.
It has been, and a very special thank you to all of you. Thanks to Westfield Insurance. Thank you to WGAL. A special thank you to all the wizards here at WGAL. There's a huge team of people that make this show happen. I know you just see the faces out front here. We've got the camera people, the directors, the producers, the audio people. Thanks to our scorekeepers, Dr. Peggy Jennings. Thanks to Mike Strout for being here. Thanks to Katie Bam. We'll see you next season. So long, everybody. Thanks so much, you guys. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. You did a great job, man. Thank you so much for being here.